Alright, so in today's video, we'll be building this super nice compact 48 volt 15 ampere battery, in this case for a BBS O2 motor. This is a 750 watt motor. This BMS is capable of doing 30 amps, but if I'm not mistaken, the BBS O2 is around 22 amps, so there's a margin on this. We're going to be connecting the whole battery with 0.1 millimeters of copper. I have already cut out all of the connections for the battery. A huge thanks I want to give to Miles from Affordable E-Bikes in Canada. This is a battery that he has on his website. I'm producing the exact same model now in Europe. If you want a battery like this or any other custom e-bike battery, you can leave me a message or contact me on the phone number on the screen right now. Anyway, let's start with the building process. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is spot welding the whole battery. I have the copper already cut out, as I said, and then we're going to be connecting the BMS. This is a super simple battery. I already covered the battery up with some fiberglass tape so that it's even more protected. We have some printed cell holders from How to Build a Battery Designer, and this is the place for the BMS. We're going to spot weld it and connect everything. So let's start with the spot welding process. Alright, so we have the battery now fully spot welded. This is how it looks on this side. It looks very good. Here is the other side. Boom. Every cell is spot welded 100%. You see this black over here, that is just some permanent marker from when I was cutting out the copper. It won't affect in any way the battery. The last thing that I will do is just check the internal resistance from here to here, just to show you what the number is, and that way we know if the battery is healthy. If there is a very big internal resistance, that means that some of the cells might not be spot welded. So let's see if everything is okay. Alright, so I have my internal resistance meter here. Let me hook it up. As you can see, the voltage is at 48 volts and 62 ohms of resistance. This will run the BBS O2 without any issues. So now let's start connecting the BMS up and connecting the BMS wires. So let's disconnect this. Alright, so the first thing, as I said, I'm going to just connect the positive right here. I'm just going to solder a thick 14 gauge wire right here, and it's just going to go out. So let's do that. Alright, so we have some 12 gauge wire right here. Let me just solder it onto the pin right here, and like this. Let me strip it down. Boom. Put it into a swirl, and take your soldering iron and just put some solder onto the cable. Boom. As you can see, the solder is now penetrating from the top onto the cable. That's enough. Let's put some solder onto the copper. Here we have some 18 gauge cable. We're just going to put it on there. Boom. Let's put some solder onto the 18 gauge wire for the charging port. Alright, so once you have both of the cables covered in solder, the next thing is just soldering the cable onto the tab. So let's get it on there. Alright, so we have the positive now soldered on. Alright, so the next step is connecting the BMS right over here. But to make sure we don't short circuit the BMS with the positive, we're just going to cover it up with glue so that we make sure no contact, no metal of the positive that is left over here. Let's just cover this positive terminal fully up so that there will be no chance of a short circuit with the BMS and the positive here. We added a little bit too much, but it's fine. We'll just clean it off with some fish paper. Perfect. So now, once we added the glue, as you can see, it's fully covered up. Nothing is touching. No metal is now exposed over here, which is making it way more safer. So now we can actually work on the BMS. We're going to add a piece of fish paper under the BMS just to insulate it a little bit more. Here I have my fish paper, let me cut it out. So alright, perfect. Now we can use the glue to just stick the BMS onto the battery. We're just going to add some boom. So the BMS is now down. It's going to be on there very strong. We can now start trimming the BMS minus and then just solder it onto the battery. So let's just cut it down here, then strip the cable. Perfect. Now we can actually solder it, but I think the tab is a little bit too big, so let me just cut it down a little bit. Yeah, this is way better. There's no way of the tab now to come in contact with the actual BMS outside. So now let's just take my solder and solder on and place some solder onto the tab. Perfect. Now let's take our clippers and just hold it down in place when we're soldering it down onto the tab. Perfect. Let me just add a little bit of solder on the top. Alright, we can also just connect the charging port cable onto the B minus, which is right there. Sorry, not B minus, the actual discharge of the battery. So let's just put a little solder onto here. Let's take the wires now and put them in place temporarily with some tape. So this is where they're going to be in. As you can see, I'm not placing it into the actual BMS, I'm just holding it on top. Now we can just take some tape and this way we're going to just get the BMS wires in place before actually connecting them, since if we connect them incorrectly at the beginning, it can actually fry the BMS. So boom, get some tape, make sure they're in the right boom, they're in the right sequence. None of the cables are going over each other or anything like that. Make sure you double check that, because it's very easy for the cables to just go over one another. I made it a little bit too short, so let me just extend it. Alright, so I have the BMS wires now temporarily fixed onto the battery. We can now start taking the wires and taking them either to the right or the left. This is a 14S BMS, so there's going to be something that you have to do for a 13S battery differently. We'll have to take the last two cables and connect them together to the positive. Alright, so as I said, the last two cables are going to the positive. Since this is a 14S BMS and I have a 13S battery here, we have to use the diagram that the BMS comes with. Alright, so as you can see, the B minus is obviously here, so the first cable is going down onto this side and it's going to go down and then connect right there. So I'm going to just take some fish paper and make a connection road for the BMS wire. I don't want it to go over the copper, since that is not good for safety. We'll just make a way like that and another one right here for the other cables. Perfect. And I'll add a piece of copper a piece of fish paper right there as well. Boom, cut it out. Alright, so now let's run some double-sided tape on it, just to get the cables on there way better. You can also add some double-sided tape under here. That will just make it way more easy to route the cables. Perfect. Get it on there strong. So now we can actually just take the filaments. So now this is how we have it on this side. We can now just take the tape from the double-sided one off, second one off, and now we can just route the cable. Now we can just route the cable onto the B- and just snip it down. Take your clippers and take your solder and place some solder onto the cable. The thing that I like to do is just make a small hole with your clippers through the Kapton tape. Boom. And now we can just solder it on without any issues. Hold it down with your clippers, and that is a perfect connection. First one done. Now the second one. The second cable, of course, goes onto the other side. So let's take it there. Now the third cable, route it, clip it, and strip it. Make a little hole in the Kapton tape, and now we can just solder it on. Now this looks like a way better connection. Perfect. It's not going anywhere. Now let's just repeat this for the rest of the cables. As you can see, it looks very good. This is going to be a very tidy work. This is how I do all of my batteries. Alright, so you have this side fully connected now. Let's turn the battery around and start working on this side. So now, as we did on that side, we're going to add the fish paper first, a strip going from here around there, and then add a strip of fish paper here to just take all of the cables, go down there, and just connect slowly to each tab. So let's do that. Alright, so we have all of the BMS wires now connected up on this side. It looks very good. I mean, we can now connect all of the wires into the actual BMS. So let's just get it in there. I did make it a little bit too long, so it's not that easy to get them in. I'm going to take the tape off that we had earlier. Boom, we have it in there. Let's take this tape out, and now let's just put in some new tape to just hold all of these cables up in the place well. Alright, so now let's check the BMS app. This is how the BMS app looks. As you can see, the voltage difference is at 0.007, which is perfect. The cell voltage is at 3.7 around. We can now start with insulating the battery. We're going to add fish paper on top of here, the whole pack, of course, on the sides, on the other sides as well. So let's start cutting out the fish paper. Let's take the cables out of the way. Boom. So just measure it out and just cut it out into the right shape. I almost forgot to show you how I added the temperature sensor. We took it out from there. It goes over the BMS wires, of course, under some Krypton tape. And then I made a small hole and I glued it onto the cell itself so that it measures the temperature as close as it can. As you can see, I just extended the main discharge cable since it was way too short from the BMS. And now I'm just going to tape all the cables down, and I'm going to add a big piece of fish paper. Alright, so now we have the pack fully covered up with fish paper, and on both sides, of course, and underneath as well. All we have to do now is put it into some heat shrink, and that's the end of this battery. Of course, we're going to add some connectors as well. This is the heat shrink that I have. I'm not sure of the size. It's just a regular black heat shrink. Let's put it onto the battery. This is how the battery turned out after heat shrinking. The last step that we have to do is solder the connectors. This one is for the charging, of course. Make sure you have the battery off when working on these cables, because they can spark and it's not a nice thing to do. The connector I'm going to be using is a DC 2.1mm regular connector, and the discharge one is going to be an XT60, and that will be it. So let's connect this one and show you how I do it. This is how the battery turned out. It's in the heat shrink wrap with the XT60 connector, the charging port, and of course the extender with the connector that the customer required. I'm selling these batteries. You can contact me on the phone number on the screen right now for a custom battery like this, or any other e-bike battery, electric motorbike battery. I ship all over Europe. I have cells all the time in stock, so you can contact me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be posting way more battery builds. I have around 10 orders currently pending, so I'm trying to make a video of each build, but it's really hard. I'm trying my best. Make sure to motivate me. Leave me a like and a comment. That will really help me out. Thank you, and bye bye.